Hey everybody, I'm back. Hello. Let's see what we got here. So I want to try to finish up this pumpkin I started kind of playing around with in my last live. It was just kind of a fill-in thing to kill time while we were baking cinnamon rolls. So I still haven't painted the bottom, but I didn't have my hair dryer, so I couldn't get very far with it. But I have an idea. I posted a picture on my page just a minute ago of where I got this idea from. It was a really pretty, I think it was enamel. It was an enamel pumpkin, and it was kind of pricey. It was like $68 for probably the same size pumpkin. I don't know how much the bigger one was, but they had it in like a wooden, on a tray or a bowl, and they had succulents all around it. So I don't have a whole bunch. Well, I do, but not enough to fill a tray like that. So I might do a different take on that. But I want to try to make the pumpkin kind of look like that. Hey Sarah, hey Carolyn, hey Donna, hey Cindy, hey Jill. Thank y'all for coming back. So if you didn't see it, I printed it out so I could look at it, but y'all see that? And here's one. Look, this one I saw on Etsy. I think this one's a foam pumpkin. They kind of did the same look too. And this one was $20. It's already sold, but that's kind of the same idea that I'm going for. And I have succulents. I got rid of a bunch of them in my last auction on Whatnot. But I also have these. I got this bag at Goodwill, and look, it was $3.99, and the color of the week was green, so these were half price, so $2. I got a bag of some little succulents. I might, instead of putting it on a tray or anything with the succulents, I might put the succulents on it. I did a pumpkin like that before. I didn't do this white technique on it though, and it was really pretty. It's one of my favorite pumpkins. Hey Sharon, hey again. Okay, so we'll decide on that, but let's see if we can make the paint look good. Let me see. I got that copper, that metallic copper at Michael's a little while ago, so I was like, I'm gonna try this. All right, so let me dry what I've done already. It should be dry by now, but this is pretty thick paint, so it might take a little longer to dry on its own. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the bottom too while I'm at it. At least get a coat of white on there. Hi Andrea, welcome in. So basically I was on a live just a few minutes ago with the Sacred Treasure House, and it was a cooking event, and everybody was, or a kitchen event I guess you could say, because it was the theme was old-fashioned treats. Y'all, I missed the part about old-fashioned. I thought it was just treats. So I made cinnamon rolls that looked like pumpkin-shaped cinnamon rolls. I thought they were cute. I guess cinnamon rolls could be old-fashioned. They've been around forever, right? But while they were baking, I brought a little craft along to play around with, you know, while we were waiting on those to bake. And so I got started on this, and I didn't have my dryer, my hair dryer, or my heat tool or heat gun, whatever. So I couldn't dry it, so I didn't get very far. But I want to make this it's just a foam pumpkin from, I think this came from Walmart a couple years ago. I had painted it blue probably a couple years ago, so I'm just painting over that. But I want it to look kind of like enamel, or I don't know. I want it to have some copper distressing, if that makes sense. We'll see. Hi, Cooper. Hello. Cooper's here. Let's see. He always comes and gets in this chair when I'm in here. It's like he has claimed that as his chair. I think he likes to nap while I craft. Aren't they cute? Hey, Patricia. I dropped one. One slid off and went in the sink. Well, they all kind of started sliding, and one landed in the sink. Which, the only thing that was in the sink was those, the stuff I'd been stirring that frosting with. Or the icing. But still, I just tossed it. I really don't need to eat those cinnamon rolls. We've been trying to avoid too much sugar. We've been doing pretty good. Okay. This paint is really thick. This is that Bear paint with the primer in it. So it goes on pretty thick. As long as you can't see the blue anymore, I'm good. I'm good with that. There's blue on the bottom. Okay, let's see if we can try this. Hey Donna, both Donnas. I'm serious. Every time I see y'all's name pop up, it's always together. It's so funny. Great minds think alike. I got me a couple of new brushes. I was in Michael's earlier, and it was a 3-pack. I didn't bring them up here. But I needed some more big brushes, and I'm going to force myself not to leave them in the water bowl. But it was this one, another one like it, but it was more square, and then one that was more round. But it was, I think it was $8.99, and I had a coupon for, I think it was 30% off any one item that wasn't on sale. But I needed some more big brushes. So I'm going to try to make myself keep them out of the water. I say that, but I do it every time. I ruin so many brushes. Hey Darlene, hey Diane, hey Susan. We're back with the we're back with the white pumpkin. I posted a picture on my page of the one that I got the idea from. And they have it in a tray, or I don't know if that's a dough bowl. I think it's a tray. It's got a handle on it. It's a tray. But they had it in there with succulents, and I think I might, instead of putting this in a tray and doing that, because I don't know if I have enough succulents to do that. Not big ones like they did. I think I'm going to decorate this with some succulents. Hey Margie. Hey Nancy. How's my knee doing? You know what? I was telling Amanda yesterday or last night. So Monday I went to the doctor about my leg. It's like the back of my knee, from the back of my knee down my calf. And it only happens every now and then. But it's this like twisting pain, like sensation. It's hard to even describe. It's not a cramp. It's not like a leg cramp. It's just like a muscle. I don't know what it is. So they did blood work, and everything came back great. He was like, your blood work is great, you know? So, because he thought, well, maybe you're dehydrated or something like that. Nothing, no infections, no nothing. Nothing's wrong. So he said it could be a pinched nerve. But they're going to do an ultrasound on my leg, on the back of my knee, like back of my leg, really. Because it goes from the back of my knee down my calf. So, as I was leaving the doctor's office Monday, the girl that was walking me out, she said, you know, he phoned in, he put in an order for an ultrasound. You know, if you go right up the street to the Summit for Piedmont, you can just go in the north entrance and find imaging, and you just walk right in. They do walk-ins. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, or you can go home and wait for them to call you, and they'll ask you, when do you want to come, because you can come anytime. I was like, oh, well, I had an event that day and I had to get back home, so I was like, well, I'll go tomorrow. Well, the next day I had an event too, and I had a bunch of packages to get out, so I didn't go Tuesday. So yesterday I didn't have any events, and I got up yesterday morning and I told Greg, I said, I'm going to go. I'm just going to go and, you know, get there early and get it over with. And he said, well, I'll go with you. So we drove up there. We walk in and the lady's like, you don't have an appointment. And I said, I was told I didn't need one. She said, no, that's for x-rays, not ultrasounds. I was like, that's not what the girl told me. She said, well, maybe she thought you were getting an x-ray. I said, she pointed at the word ultrasound on the paper. So maybe she didn't know. I'm so mad because had I known that, I would have called that day and, you know, scheduled something. So when the lady couldn't even schedule me there. She was like, you're going to have to go and call this number. And so I left and I called, and the soonest they can see me is a week from today. So I have no idea. So I don't know what's up with my knee, my leg, whatever it is. I do think it has something to do with the way I sit. Sometimes I sit with my legs folded up on the couch, and the dogs lay on me, and then at night they lay on my legs while I'm sleeping. And this is taking forever to dry because it's so thick. Sorry. But I know as soon as I sit it down, it's going to stick to the, it's going to stick to my paper towel. I'll just hit it. You think I can? I hope so. I just want it to look... I mean, it's shiny. It is shiny like the one in the picture. You know, I posted that one on my page. But I also saw, I printed it out. I saw one on Etsy. Well, I saw it on Pinterest, and it led you to Etsy, and it said that it already sold. But this one looks like a foam pumpkin that they tried to do the same thing. Y'all see that? And it sold for $20. I want to go back and look and see how big it was, because it doesn't look very big. Maybe I should put mine on Etsy and see if it'll sell. I probably paid, I don't know, a couple dollars for this, but it was a couple years ago. And it's been in a bag because I painted it blue, and I was going to paint over it. Maybe I can make it really pretty and sell it. I did sell some floral pumpkins on Etsy for a pretty good price last year or the year before. It could be part of this. I don't know. It's, think about, okay, on the back of your knee, like the back side where your knee bends. Okay, so in the bend, like say you were sitting in a chair, the part of the back of your knee that's touching the chair, I always call it the meaty part, because, you know, it's not, there's no bone right there. It's just like meaty. It's from there down my shin. But last night, it's only on my right leg, because I was like, maybe it's because I stand a lot and I stand over the glow forge. And a lot of times I'm standing, I'm loading stuff in, I'm unloading stuff out, and I'll stand at the glow forge taping some of the pieces, because when it cuts, a lot of the pieces are real intricate, and there's a whole lot of little pieces, and I don't want to lose them, so I'll just tape them while I'm standing there to keep everything together. So I tend to stand at the glow forge a lot. And Greg got me an adjustable height work table for my glow forge, but I still stand a lot. And I told him, I said, you know, it could be because I stand all the time. And he said, but it's only one leg. So that's what's kind of weird about it. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, it's pretty hot. So I don't know what it is, but last night it was starting to, because I was saying it hurts like behind my knee and goes down my shin. Last night it was kind of going up like the back side of my leg. So like in the back of my thigh. So I don't know what it is, y'all. It kind of creeps me out. And I told him, I said, you know, they say never, never, never Google. Never Google it, because Dr. Google will make you think you're dying, and it did. And it only scared me because my mom, in 2020, my mom had a blood clot, and it went to her heart, and it killed her. So, and my dad passed when he was 53, and he had diabetes, and he had, like, he was saying he had the circulation in his foot, one of his feet. I think it was his right foot. He said the circulation, it was like he thought he had bad circulation. So he went to the doctor, and he was telling them, he said, you know, I can't even feel, sometimes I can't feel my foot, you know, and it gets cold and numb and all that. So they sent him to the hospital to get it checked. And when they opened it up, opened up his leg or foot or whatever it was that they did, they said that apparently the circulation had been bad for a while, and it had gotten infected inside, and gangrene. Is that where it's so infected? It got gangrene, and they you know, went in and opened. They were gonna do surgery to fix it or whatever. And when they opened it up, they were like, oh no. And they were like, so they stopped. And later that day, they told him, they said, we can't, we're going to have to amputate. And my dad was like, no, you're not. You are not cutting my foot or my leg or whatever. And I mean, they flat out told him, you have to do this because the gangrene has spread, and it's going to go on up, and it's going to get to your organs, and you're going to be gone. And the man refused, and he's gone. So anytime I think about, ever since then, you know, when something happens to somebody that you know, and then every time you think, oh my God, wait, this sounds familiar. So now I immediately think, anytime, like, if, you know, there's, I'm not diabetic though, but like any circulation problem, I think of my dad. And then when people say, well, get that checked because that could be a blood clot, you know, in your leg or something. And I immediately think of my mom. So, you know, you start looking at Google and all that, and it'll freak you out. So they say, don't do that. But you can't help it, you know. Yes, my mom and my dad. So my immediate, it's not like, well, my great-great-grandfather, you know. This is like immediate, you know. So I get, I don't know. I need to stay off Google. Okay. It's dry. It's white and shiny. I think I'm going to take, I was going to pull the stem off and work on it, but I needed something to hang on to. So I think I'm going to take, let me look at my little picture. I think I'm going to take a wet wipe, a baby wipe. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Debbie. I see some people popped in. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Diane. Hi, Kim. Hey, Linda. Sciatic nerve runs back all the way down the back of the leg. All the way down. And it's only on the back of my leg. So it's not like the front, like my shin or my kneecap or my up the front thigh. None of that. It's only on the back. So it could be a sciatic nerve. I don't know. Okay, so this is, it says antique copper. They had copper and antique copper. This one was a little bit darker. So let's see. All right, so I'm just gonna hit some spots with it. Hold on, I don't know if I should maybe sand, like rough. Hold on. No, I think it'll show up good. Okay. I was just thinking if I take and like rough an area with some sandpaper, it might stick better. Because it's pretty glossy. But see how sheer it is? Hold on. I can paint over it if it doesn't look good. There's my other sander. It's gonna show. I don't want the blue coming through. I'll just paint over wherever I do this. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I don't want it to look like I'm doing animal print or something. I just wanted to look distressed. Or chipped. Chippy. Hey, Christine. Hi, everybody. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, what? Had a blood clot in my leg and my calf was 22 inches around before I could miss one. What? Mm-mm. See, that's what's bad. I mean, I'm one of those people, I don't go to the doctor much because, I mean, I go get a physical every year. I go for whatever's, you know, your free, preventative stuff. But I rarely ever get sick. So if I do go to the doctor, it's because I feel something's wrong, you know? Because I rarely have anything wrong, so. I don't know. But I feel like as I get older, I think of things that I want to get checked. I was telling Greg, I said, I wish there was like this full body scan where like an ultrasound on your whole body. Almost like when you go through security at the airport and you have to walk in and, you know, hold your arms up or whatever. Like walk through one of those. I wish there was one that you could just walk in and it would just scan and tell you if there's anything wrong anywhere, head to toe, you know? What doesn't look right, you know? All in one trip. You know? Let's address it right now. Okay, this is not... It's not coppery. Okay, I'm gonna do some on the stem. See how it looks like just looks like a piece of tree. I love metallic paints. I think they're so cool. I'm not loving it, but it is pretty coppery. But I think I'm probably gonna end up going back and forth, white and copper, till I get it. I'm starting to wonder now if I should have maybe painted the whole thing copper and then did the white over it. I don't know. Hey, Krista. Hey, Rebecca. So, let's see. I feel like it's starting to look animal print. Kind of like cowhide. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I'm going for. These are too close to each other over here. I love the copper color, yeah. Okay, maybe if I embellish it and get the, I'm gonna do a little more white on it too. So let's see. Maybe if I get the succulents and the moss and all that on it. This is kind of strange looking. Interesting. That's a nice word, Nancy. It's not looking like I want it, but let's see. Maybe, yeah, maybe if I dry brush some of the white over it a little bit, it looks more like it's kind of coming through. I just don't want it looking like cowhide. Okay, that toned it down a little bit. I'll probably still hit it again with the copper, but not as much. I think this one, those, you just gotta keep going. Okay. But look, the stem has all those, like, it's so textured. Can y'all see all the little twist to it? I think it'll show better. Okay, that made it, you can see it a little bit better. Okay. Back and forth, back and forth. Hey, Cindy. All right, I think I'm gonna play around with those succulents on it. Just give it some greenery. Okay. Let me dry it and I'll start gluing some of those on. Hey, Wendy. Hello. gotta be careful with these foam pumpkins and that heat gun. Thing is strong. Okay, let me close this up so I don't dump it. All right. Y'all, I've got a, it's another wood cut. It's a laser cut, and I try not to come on here too much and overdo those. I don't want to be that girl that, oh, she does his laser cuts. But God, I keep finding cute ones. I keep finding cute files. I got to show y'all this. It's a Christmas door hanger. It's big. It's got tape holding it all together right now. So if you can overlook the tape, look how cute this is. Let me see if I can reach it from here without knocking anything over. I know it's backwards to y'all. Whoops. It says Merry and Bright. Can you see that? And it's got like ornaments where bright, all the letters. It's hard to hold it up. They're going to fall off. But isn't that cute? It's got like holly berries, holly leaves. But I love the little ornaments. Spell out bright. It's got the little letters on it. Isn't that cute? I want to do it in like really bright colors, like turquoise and red and lime green, stuff like that. I want to paint that. I want to do it like really bright, and I think I might do the round, the base, stain it so it'd be like wood, and then bright color. I don't know. I was at Michael's looking for ribbon to do a really pretty bow for it, and the Christmas ribbon was not on sale yet, so I was like, I'll wait. I know it'd be so cute when it's painted. It's so big. Yeah, that heat will melt those pumpkins. Okay, so I got this little bag. I found this. I have some other, hold on 1 second. I have some other succulents here, but these, I found this little bag at Goodwill, and I ended up getting it for $2. It was $3.99, but it was half price, so. And these are smaller. I think they'll be good for that little pumpkin. Yeah, these are a better size. Okay, look, isn't that pretty? Yeah, I'm in my craft room today, but I'm actually on the other side. This side is like my workspace, computer. I mean, I gotta clean all this up. And then I got a dog, Cooper. He's like, leave me alone. Hi, buddy. Hi. I'm sorry. He's sighing, like, leave me alone. Yeah. So, I just had this all turned around, so I just went ahead and set him over here. I just have to keep going and get stuff. Okay. See, I think these are smaller, so this size is perfect. These are cute. This is perfect for this little pumpkin, you know. So I got some moss. I got some reindeer moss, and then I've got the Spanish moss. I only have green. I don't have any like gray or brown. It's in my cheese ball bucket, my green moss. This thing was full. Just couple months ago. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this one's cute. See, these are really big. See, it's almost too big for this pumpkin. These a little different color. That kind of looks good with the copper. Something a little bit darker. You know, sometimes you go in Goodwill and things are just outrageous. I mean, it's almost stupid. And it kills me when I see something that is from Dollar Tree and they've got it marked like $3.99 and I'm like, and I'm not talking about like Dollar Tree Plus, like the $1.25 stuff. I'm like, why? They need someone that's familiar. Hey, Mary. Hello, hello. I have the hardest time scrolling on this. Okay. Okay, so I got this one. This one's pretty. See how they're small, so I think they're perfect for this. That's the same as this one. But these are so green. I wonder if I could like dry brush them with white. You know what? There's two of this one. Maybe I could dry brush one and see how it looks. And see, like these are from Dollar Tree, these big ones. It's just too big for this little pumpkin. This one is from Walmart, and I think the little pieces, yeah, little pieces come off, so I can do that. Let me see what they look like dry brushed, because they're a little bit too green. I mean, they're pretty, but it's too green. I'm just gonna try one, see what it looks like. Hey, Blanca. Hey, Gail. Hey, Angela. Hey, everybody. It's Thursday. It's almost the weekend, y'all. This week flew by. To me. Okay, let's see. Just trying to soften it up a little. It's really bright. And it's still bright. We'll see. Maybe with the moss and I mean, but the moss is green too, so I don't know. I don't know what other color I could dry brush it. What do y'all think? Did you show a new? Oh no. Yes, it was a big door hanger. It's that round. I didn't cut the round. I think I might have like 6 left of the 18-inch rounds. Some are. Do you remember the ice cream cone one I did? I think some of them are smooth on both sides and some are smooth on one side and shiplap on the other. I think I have like 7 or 8 left. 6, 7, or 8. I can't remember. There's just a small stack of them left. I ordered them from, I don't know if it was Woodpecker Crafts or who. I ordered them from somebody. And I never think, I don't sell a lot of big stuff like that. Y'all, speaking of big stuff. Okay, so do y'all remember the ice skate? If you were here last year, I wish I would have brought that up here. The big ice skate that I did, it's on a stand. It's not the 2 individual ice skates, but it stands up on its own. So somebody ordered one, and I went to cut it yesterday, and I haven't cut it in, like a year, because it was like around winter time. It was real popular. So I went in and I was going through all my Glowforge files, and I just found the ice skate, and so I cut it. And when I went to take it off the Glowforge, the ice skate itself, now it's on a stand, but it's a one single standing ice skate. And it was only about like this big. The ice skate itself was about this big. And I was like, that doesn't look right. I remember it being big, And so I was like, I don't know about that. So I went into my shop and I looked, and it said that, like, the one that she had bought said that it was like 12, I think it was 12 or 12 and a half inches tall. And I was like, okay, so this is 12 and a half inches tall right here. The one that I cut was only about to here. So it was about half the size. And I was like, wait, I didn't know I had 2 different ones. And so I went in and I had to go back to last year and find one that I had cut. And I found the file and I cut it out, and it was humongous. So I wish I had it up here. I wanted to show y'all. But so I do have a smaller version of it. I didn't even realize I had it. So I need to put that in my shop. I might come on tonight and paint that, because Greg's got a meeting tonight. So he won't be home for dinner. So I might come on here later. I have nothing to do. I mean, I've been packing orders, and then I had that live, and so I do have some pieces I need to get done. So I thought I'll come on here. Antique wax, yes. So I might come on here and I'll show y'all the 2 different ones, because a lot of people loved that ice skate. I did one in white and I did one in hot pink, and I kept saying I wanted to do one in red because I have some faux fur ribbon that's black. I have a white and I have a black, and I thought how cool it would be to do a red ice skate with the black fur cuff. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But then again, I think the faux fur that I have ribbon is wide, so it would probably look better on the big one. But I could show y'all the small one. It's one of my favorite kits. It's so pretty. Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those pieces you can leave out through the winter. Okay, brown wax. You know what? I don't think I have my brown wax in here. I have that Waverly. Y'all, the back of my leg is hurting now. Like the back part of my thigh. It's making me nervous. I do have I have a brown, so a dark brown. Ooh, the copper. Hey, that might be cool. Maybe to hit it with a little bit of copper. I don't know. Maybe that might be tacky. Let's see. Let's try it on this one, because I have a whole bunch of these. Yes. Who said that? Gail, thank you. This is a good idea. The brown kind of tones it down a little bit. Thank you, thank you. There's still white on here though. But it's okay. So it gave it, well. So it doesn't, well, that one wasn't as green. Let's try it on this one that's really green. Yeah. Because it's really just hitting the tips. Amanda, I'll show you that in a minute. I I've got a picture of one done, but I don't have my iPad or anything up here. Okay, so, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I think it does look better. It just kind of, it looks better in person than it does up there on that screen. Okay, I'm going to do that. Oh, this one looks really good. Okay, that one. This one's already a different color, so that one will be good. Y'all, you know what's funny? It shows, well, it used to, I don't know if it still does, but there was something that showed like abandoned carts. You know, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm the worst at that. Temu, I've never placed an order on Temu, but I have probably 100 and something things in my cart, because every time I go in there just looking, if I see something I like, I'll just add it to the cart so I can, that way I can think about it later. Because that's how I shop, like at Home Goods or Ross or something like that. If I see something I like, I'll put it in my cart, in my buggy, and then I'll decide when I get ready to check out, do I want to go put this back or do I want to get it? But if you don't grab it right then, while you're walking around the store thinking about it, somebody else will grab it. Which I know that doesn't usually happen online, but I'll add things to my cart and think, well, I'll pick and choose when I get ready to check out. And I've never checked out ever on Temu. So I finally had to remove the app because they kept sending me little things. You left this in your cart. Remember that? And I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want it. I don't even. And then I'll go back and it's not available anymore, or the price has changed. You know, something in your cart has changed. I'm like, I'm not going to get it. But my website has something. I haven't really looked at it, but it says abandoned carts. So it'll show you if people, I guess, so you can reach out to them and say, but I don't bug people for that, you know, because I feel like they're probably just like me. Okay, let's see. I don't even know how many I'm going to need for this because it's not a big pumpkin, so it's probably not going to need very many. You have a Temu order coming. Hi, Teresa. I talk myself out of buying stuff all the time. All right, let's decorate. That one's kind of big, isn't it? Oh, I don't know, maybe. This one's from Dollar Tree. Do you have a bunch of abandoned carts? I can't imagine, Amanda, I can't imagine you having abandoned carts. Because every time my phone will go off I still think that's funny. I told Greg what you said your husband said. I said, Amanda's husband said we need one of those bank teller tubes in the drive-thru that goes from her house to my house, because she's always, every time I post a new kit, she's like, oh, I gotta have it. You're gonna be very busy. Are you gonna paint all the kits by yourself, or are you gonna get your mom or somebody to help? Callie always says she's going to come over and paint. So I'm like, well, come over and I'll cut some kits, because I definitely need some samples, you know, to show. Sometimes the designer that we buy the file from, like, they'll show a sample, but some of them are very strict and say you do not have my permission to use my photos. And if they find you using their photos, I mean, I guess they could report you or not sell to you ever or whatever. But so it's always nice if you find one that says you're welcome to use my photos for your, you know, to show them, because there are a few that are nice that'll let you do that, but some are very specific about that. See, if y'all all lived closer, you could just paint some for me. Maybe I'll just send y'all some and say, here, send me a picture. Paint this and send me a picture. Okay. Oh, this one's cute. Okay, I'm going to put, okay, it looks a little, I mean, I like the copper. I just feel like it's a little cowhide. It looks like, I don't know. Maybe it is too much. I got too much copper, I think. Y'all, I'm going to spend all day going back and forth. Y'all must miss me. Hey, Angie. I know. I wish I had a crafting buddy that lived close by. I mean, our private group or doing this is the closest I have to that, because I don't have anybody around here that. That's one of the things I miss about my art studio. It was so nice, you know, because I had regulars that came in all the time. Every Thursday night we had ladies' night from 6 to 9 p.m. Like, the studio was open like during the week, and on the weekends we always were open till 6 p.m. And then, but then on Thursdays, like, we, you know, at 6 p.m. after 6, from 6 to 9, it was ladies only. No kids, no men. It was just like, you could bring food, you could order food, you could bring wine, you could, you know, whatever you wanted to do. Bring all your friends. I had like a group of ladies from the bank. They would call and reserve a table, you know. But then I had like individual regulars that I always knew they were coming. But I missed that. It was always fun. That reminds me, one of the ladies that came every Thursday for years, Laura, she lives in St. Pete. I need to check on her. She moved to Florida a couple years back to be near her parents. And I don't know if they were hit with that storm. Okay, I'm not doing any more on the paint. I'm just going to go ahead and start on this greenery. I don't really want the brown on the white. I just want the copper. Because I'm not going for like a grungy pumpkin. I just want the copper to peek through, but I want him to mostly be a white pumpkin. Okay, that's good. All right, now we're gonna glue the moss and the succulents. Hey, Tina Marie. All right. I think I'm going to do a little of both. My dogs hear every little thing, and so lately, okay, so Maggie, our dog Maggie, I think she has acid reflux because it's usually early in the morning, like before they've eaten, early in the morning, and then later in the day, before they eat. I guess when her stomach's kind of empty, but sometimes she'll just like projectile vomit. I'm sorry, I don't mean to gross y'all out, but it's like liquid. It's almost like the water she drank or whatever. And or sometimes like you'll look over and it's like she burps and she's like almost like it just came up in her mouth, you know. I'm sorry, I know that's gross, but I got to thinking, I was like, you know what, I think she has acid reflux. So I ordered some my last grocery order, I got some saltines with no salt, because you know dogs can't have salt. So I got the ones without salt, and so in the morning, right when she gets up, I give her a cracker. So she's learned the word cracker, and it's so funny because when you say it, you know, she perks up like cracker. And now Cooper is like, well, I want a cracker. So now when he hears the little container that I keep it's got the little snap top, I just put him in that. Here comes Cooper licking his lips like, oh, cracker. So now they hear the little snap top thing or the little bag of saltines. They have to come running. But it's really just for her because I thought maybe a cracker, like it would soak up some of the acid in her stomach. But, oh, I might have to call her vet and maybe see, because I do think she has acid reflux. Bless her heart. I just need this as a background, really. Let's see. Maybe some of this and some of this. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do some reindeer moss. Oh, reindeer moss smells bad. But it's so soft and squishy, you know? I think that's enough. Okay, and then I'm going to do some of this. little. So it's like a toupee. Okay, so it's kind of wild looking back there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take these and just kind of I'm gonna lay them on here first and see how they look. This one too. Okay. I'm just kind of laying them up there to see how they look first. Some of these might be too big. Yeah, that one's too big. I don't really want them to compete with that stem. So some of the big ones probably don't need to go on here. All right, I'm just gonna start gluing them on. Yeah, if I go and get ice, like out of the dispenser in the refrigerator, Maggie comes running because she loves ice cubes. She's so funny. I like this one, but it kind of competes with the stem. Oh, I could have it going down. Okay. I guess I should figure out which side looks the best. Be the front. I don't know. Probably this side. Okay. I think I'm overthinking this. Just stick them in there and it'll be fine. I don't really have any color up there yet. Oh, what if I was gonna say I could have dry brushed like a little kind of burgundy color, would have been pretty. So here's where it's at so far. I just think this one's so cute. It's got these little bitty flowers on it. Well, it's hard to see. You see a little flower or a little bud right there. So cute. Oops. They love the ice. I have a video of Maggie, like she came in the kitchen, like I got the ice cubes out and I put them down on the little rug, the little mat in front of the refrigerator. I sat them down there and watched her, and she grabbed one and then took off running with it like I was going to take it away from her. And then I laid another one down and she came in there and got it. I ended up doing it with like 3 or 4 ice cubes. So she goes and gets some and she runs and takes them back in the living room. And I looked in there and she's running across the living room. She was so excited and jumped up on the couch. It was so funny. I got a video of it. It was like she didn't know which one to eat first. It was just so much excitement. You're crazy. The other dogs don't like the ice. I don't know what it is. She loves it. Okay. There's one little spot. Needs one more. Okay. It's funny, I was just saying, right after I get rid of something on Whatnot, like in the auctions, then I need it. Or I don't need it, but I end up wanting to use it. Like, I got rid of a bundle of succulents, and some had pinks in it. That was really pretty. So funny. All right, one more, and then I'm done. I think this one. Even though I never did put any of that burgundy color in here. I don't think I have any. This has a little color to it. I'll put mine there. Like I said, I think I'm overthinking this, this part. Okay. I always do this. I'll say, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. And then I'll add one more. Okay, I really do think I'm done now. Okay, this right now. Something smells. Oh, you know what? I think it's these succulents I got from Goodwill. No? Something smells funny. I think it's that reindeer moss. It usually doesn't smell bad. I don't think. It's got a weird smell. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so there's the copper. You can see it really good there. Copper accents, and then the succulents. What do y'all think? Is that too much? Did I go overboard? Oh well. It was an old pumpkin, so it really didn't cost me anything. And then the succulents, I mean, I already had a bunch of them, and then I got those for $2. I didn't even use all of them. So I already had the moss. Okay. I think it's kind of cool. It's different. It's a different look. Let's see a bald spot. I do like the copper. I'm not sure if I like how see, it's almost like it's not random enough. So I may end up slopping a little more white on there, drying it, and then going back and, because I'm kind of wishing I had painted it copper and then white. So who knows? I'll probably end up playing around with it a little bit more. But what do y'all think? I think she's kind of cute. Okay. Yeah, it's a different smell. I mean, I don't know. I've never noticed it before, so maybe. Okay, I'm done. Oh, what time is it? It is 5:30 here. Y'all, I don't know what to do with myself. Because Greg said he was going from work. He's going straight to his meeting. He'll probably have dinner there. So I could go to Home Goods, but I don't need to spend any money. If I go to Home Goods, you know they're probably already putting out their Christmas stuff. I was in Michael's today, and they were already putting Christmas stuff out. Oh, I took some pictures. I'll post them. They had the cutest stems, Christmas stem, like all their fall stems were 50% off. Christmas stems, I don't think were on sale, but there was one that was an elf shoe on a stick. It was so cute. And then there was some that was like the elf legs. And then there was a stem that was like 3 disco balls that made a snowman. He had a little black top hat, but it was 3 disco balls for the body. I sent a picture of it to Callie because she loved, like her tree had disco balls and pink and all that stuff on it last year. What was the other stuff I saw? Oh, I saw a pink pumpkin that looked like a disco ball, but it was a pink pumpkin mirrored. It was cute. It was a stem. What else? Can't remember. I tried not to. I got 2 scrapbook paper pads, thick pads. I should have brought that stuff up here. I had it all downstairs. We had chili for dinner last night. Maybe I'll eat some leftover chili for dinner. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I'll try to get on here tonight. Maybe I'll paint that ice skate. I'll do the red ice skate with the black fur trim, cuff, whatever you call it. Yeah, go enjoy your dinner. Hey, Mel. All right, so I might, while it's still daylight outside, try to get a picture of this. I might play around with this a little bit more. I do like the copper popping through. I just don't think this is random enough. It's kind of weird looking how it's all... I'm going to play around with it a little bit. And then, what time is it? 5:30. I might come back at 7. I don't know if everybody will be eating dinner, if y'all will be done with dinner by then, but I'm going to come back. It's 5:30 here, Eastern. I'll come back at 7 and I'll play around with that ice skate kit and I'll show y'all because it's a smaller version. It's still pretty good size. It's just smaller. I'll show you the big one because the big one is like $29 because it's a big ice skate. It's so pretty though. But I'll show y'all the little one too, the medium one. So I'll come back. If y'all are available, come hang out. And if you don't, you can catch the replay and see the ice skate. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. I think I'm going to get some dinner and then I'll come back at 7. All right, y'all, I'll see you later. Bye.